YouTube. Got a bit of a partsocaster in. A squier strat. Serial number's been sanded off, so don't know what era this is. The body has been painted this pastel blue colour. It'll have a fender name probably. The tuning pegs are all different. There's at least 2 different types of tuning peg. 5 brass saddles. And I don't really know where this came from. This is my pal Ivor's. I wired the scratch plate because it's got a treble high pass filter in it and a low pass filter, you know, the 2 tones. So that's a master tone low pass, that's a master tone high pass. So I must have wired it, but it kind of needed set up. So I don't think I saw the rest of the guitar. I mean, I had to ask Ivor. I wonder, did he give me just the scratch plate to wire or something? I think as the action was way out here somewhere, so it's like I wouldn't have, unless something significant had been changed. Yeah, so working now though. Using the orange TH30, no pedals. Well, I could put reverb on, seeing as I've now got reverb. So that's also the neck pickup. So as I said, this middle tone control is a high pass filter, so basically the same as what you get in a Yamaha Rev Star. It's probably more use in a humbucker equipped guitar because it'll thin things up. So that's the neck pickup. That's the bassy one. So if you go to the bridge pickup, which is already pretty thin on a Strat, you can take away all and just end up with quite acoustic-y sounding actually. There you go, acoustic. Back in. Yeah, so Ivor, I would probably just buy you tuners. You can get a set of tuners for like under a tenner. You can actually get Wilkinson ones for about 15 quid. You don't need to drill holes for it because these are the ones that bolt on from the top. Actually, the 2 that are very obviously replaced with the big buttons on it are actually alright. They're much better than the other ones. But I mean, if you're not finding it out of tune, don't bother. They're just not particularly nice to turn. They're cheapies. I don't think. Maybe they are original Squier ones. Don't know. But apart from that, it's kind of ready to rock. If I'm trying to do something using the treble. Blackmore's, he only had 2 pickups. Just in 4, which Blackmore didn't have. too. Bridge. Less bass. All the treble away, all the bass away. I used to add the tone as well, so I'll get all the bass and all the treble rolled off. That didn't have the expected result because I think the distortion pedal's in there. So if I've got bridge pickup, I turn off all the treble, and then turn off all the bass. It pretty much turns off. You're taking away all the bass and all the treble, and you're left with a wee bit in the middle. See, I can turn the bass up. Turn up the treble. So I turn up the bass and turn up the treble. Yeah, but that might work. So take away that, put up all the treble, stick on that, one of the mids pick up. Thought so. It's really running that wee Delamo pedal super spanky. Just had the strings off, let's put it back on again, so it's not quite tightened up yet. I need a new tuner. Well, I can see why Deep Purple made that song last about 20 minutes long live. You can just jam over A minor and G forever. Yeah, so I mean, with a decent setup, square strats can be pretty good. There's no issue. No, I don't. Maybe I have done this before. I wonder if Ivor's altered it. Has he swapped the necks or something? Or because I mean, the thing is, it didn't take that much of adjustment. I just had to adjust all the saddles and retighten the bridge up. I wonder if he's maybe put different strings on it. No, because the bridge was sitting right up when I got it. It doesn't have a trem bar, so I've just flatted it. But I brought down I had to adjust all the saddles and re-radius it. Anyway, so I don't really know what the story is with this guitar. Yeah, so that's me down to another guitar this afternoon. I sold my wee Badger guitar to a chap, and when I was ready, just oh, can you sort out my Les Paul? This is going to be very shiny. I've cleaned a wee bit there, and what a difference it made being clean. This is pickup issues, and it wants black pickup rings and a new switch. A few things done to it. So I'll now get onto this. At some point, this is an Indonesian, an I-97. So 97, I think my SG's 95 or 96. It's a Samick one. So I think is who came after Samick. It's possible that the issues he's having with these pickups is they're crap, because the ones in my Samick were terrible. I didn't know how bad they were really till much later. I already had my Gibson SG. The Epiphone sounded different. It played much better than the Gibson one for years, but the Gibson one had the right pickups in it, had the Gibson pickups. And then once I knew what a truss rod was, and I actually bought the proper thing to adjust it, I adjusted the Gibson, got the Gibson playing properly. Probably, to be honest, still not as nice a guitar as the Samick, not as well built. A bit more brutal, a bit more sort of two bits of wood nailed together feeling. But because I had two SGs, I thought, well, and this is right at the very start, before I really did it, maybe one of the first wiring jobs I ever did, they were called Fat Cat P90s, which were, humbucker sized P90s, and I put them in the Epiphone, and boy, it's the biggest difference I've ever heard with putting pickups on a guitar. It went from it sounded like a toy to actually being really good. Okay, it's got P90s in it, not humbuckers, but I didn't realise how bad. I didn't think the pickups were shit. I just assumed the guitar wasn't very good. So I thought putting P90s in it will at least make it sound a bit different. By this point, Tony Iommi used P90s. So at least that'll make it sound different. But I mean, it was like it was such a difference. So I'm about to try that out and see if that. He does say there's screeching feedback and all that, which is the Epiphone didn't do that, but that might be to do with maybe crap pickups. My theory with them is that they were too good, the Samick ones built, and I think maybe they were still too good at that point. The ones that you get nowadays aren't too good. They're kind of not as good as the old ones. You're not going to pick up an Epiphone Les Paul and then pick up a Gibson one at $2,500 and go, they sound the same. No, they're not. Whereas back in those days, especially with the SG that I had, because I mean an SG, I think they were only $599 or something new, and the Epiphone one was $299, something like that. $250, I think I paid, whatever it was. But feel wise, Epiphone could have been might be better than the Gibson one. And I've got mine's a 90s Gibson, when Gibson were much better than they are now. So I think maybe Gibson told us, look, got to put other pickups in it. Why do you not like the ones that are in it? No, the ones that are in it sound like the Gibson. We don't want people going into the shop, trying the Epiphone and the Gibson and going, oh, well, they both sound the same, so am I going to be paying an extra 500, 400 quid, whatever it is, to get the proper headstock? And it's like, not a lot of people would. But up and running. The reason I was grimacing a little bit more than normal there is it's got 10s on it. And since Scott turned me into a Nancy boy, who's 9s, it's up here. I ended up, one time I was getting strings in Blitzkrieg shop and he ran out of 10s, so I bought 9s and I put 9s on a guitar, and now I like 9s. It's just easier to bend. And I think that whole thing about, it's like pure, I use 12s for the tone. If that's what you like, that's what you like. I don't think it makes any difference to the sound really. It does if you're used to playing 12s and you go into 9s. When you hold in chords, they all bend and stuff. So yeah, for that reason, they're a better tone. But I think if you get used to, if you play 9s for a week or something like that and get used to it, it's just easier. I've already turned the amp off. Anyway, oh god, 22 minutes. This was only going to be a wee 5-minute one. So happy Monday. I think Monday's looking when this video goes out, I'll be hungover on Monday, so I don't have to do anything. I've already done this video. So, did you enjoy last night's live stream? Did I survive? Did I get incredibly drunk again? I don't know. Because it's in the future. It's tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to it though. Rock on. Catch you later.